Myself Vipul and welcome to Compute Labs. In this video, we're going to talk about the architecture of WSL1 and WSL2 so that when you use it, you should know what exactly happening under the hood so that your visions is clear. So let's start now. So let me tell you that there's a two type of WSL. You can say a version WSL1 and WSL2. So WSL1 lets you run a Linux program on a Windows without creating a separate virtual machine. It does this by translating a Linux instructions into a format that Windows can understand. This way you can use Linux tool and software on your Windows computer. About WSL2 is like having a little computer inside your Windows computer that runs Linux. You can think about a VM, a lightweighted virtual machines alongside the Windows kernel using a Hyper-V. You might have heard about Hyper-V. It's just like a type 1 hypervisor. This make it works better with the Linux software and is a faster for some tasks. It is more advanced way to run a Linux on a Windows. So it is clear now that WSL1 and WSL2s are totally a different entity. And even their workings are entirely different. So I have drawn a architect for you. So you can see here. So when you enable a Windows subsystems for Linux in terms of WSL1, operating systems loads two important components here. The first one is LXSS and basically these are a driver that loads early during the computer when it gets started. The second one is lxcore.sys, which is the complete WSL driver and get loaded bit later in the startup process. Let me write this for you. This is two most important things to remember from the perspective of WSL1. So basically, these are nothing but a driver which you install on your Windows kernel. Here I have stated you about that. So this part is a Windows kernel space where you install this two program. Also, one thing I just wanted to tell you that this lxcore.sys translate a Linux kernel system calls from a Linux application into a anti-system calls. So it's clear now that your Linux is being used in user space of Windows, where a Pico process inside the Pico process actually, and it's been controlled by LXS manager. And now let me talk about WSL2 architecture here. You can see here there is a hypervisor. On the top of there is a Linux kernel, which is your WSL2 kernel, and you are running a Linux instances over it. And this is your Windows anti-kernel. There's Win32 systems and Win process, which is entirely separate thing. But whenever anything's needed to be called from the Windows, it get interacted with the Windows NT kernel and routed via hypervisor and goes up to this way. So this is just for the basic understandings what exactly is happening under the hood. Okay, and one thing I would like to share you that there is a comparisons between WSL1 and WSL2. You can see here that WSL2 lacks in the form of performance across OS file systems, and your WSL1 lacks in terms of managed VM, full Linux kernel, and full system call compatibility. Otherwise, most of things are similar here. The link will be shared in the descriptions. You can go through it. That's it for now, and thank you for watching.